right, we got Mr. Dave's 2002 Toyota Avalon in here with the 3-liter, which I'm pretty sure is all he came with. He brought it over. He thinks that he has a crack in his intake or he's jump timing. We're going to end up doing a timing belt job on this because it's overdue anyway. But first things first, we need to knock out its problem. So I fired it up to pull it in the shop here, and it seems like it's just idling extremely high. So we're going to get in here and take a look at it. I'm going to guess it's going to be the idle air control valve. Honestly, it didn't feel like it was misfiring or anything else that's related to an intake leak. But we'll get it fired up, we'll put the scanner on it, and we'll pick up from there and see what we can figure out. All right, so here we are. I've taken the cover off already. I took it off earlier, but it is a strange one. So you actually have to grab the Toyota logo. Let me grab it. It doesn't even need to come off for this job, but if you do want to remove it, you have to grab this Toyota emblem and unscrew it because it has a threaded portion below it. Here we go, getting into this idle air control valve. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get these boots off. We're going to also examine every one of these components as we take it off, looking for any sort of crack or damage or a place where some unmetered but also metered air can come in, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to look them over for cracks and damage while we take them off just in case. But we're going to pull this boot. So we'll undo this band clamp here. And I actually want to pull this all as an assembly. So then we got to pull this hose over here as well because it attaches to it, and this vacuum line. But we're going to get this whole little intake tubing assembly off so we can get a good look at that throttle body. All right, now that we got our intake piping off, we can press on with disconnecting the rest of these lines and electrical connectors. So looks like this one is just a squeeze and pull. Yep, this one will be the same, I would think. Slightly different, but squeeze and pull. I gotta get this line off. These are vacuum lines, so these all have to come off. These things can get gummed on there pretty good. I'm gonna grab a little pick tool. So give me 1 second, I'll show you how to use those. Then we need to get the throttle cables off and all these hoses off, and we'll be ready to pull this throttle body. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab it with a needle nose or channel lock pliers and just twist it to break it free. And that will be more than ample.
A few moments later.
So if you got one of these small little pick tools, you can just run it up inside the rubber like this and just ream it around. That will break it loose. Just like that. I'm gonna mess with the adjustment on this at all. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and take out this bolt back here, which looks like about a 12mm. That should take the bracket off that holds the cables. Then we'll fish them off at the little guides right there. Now we'll take that off. And now, let me move you over here. All right, that bracket free just slides right off of this little peg down here. You can fish your wire around and just pop it out just like so. Bump and bump. It's gonna take me 2 hands to get that one, but you see the gist of it. All right, now we are down to our hoses. Then we're ready to unbolt this thing. So we got one hose there, one hose on the top, one hose that goes down underneath the idle air control there, and I think there's one behind it. I can't really tell, but we'll figure it out as we get going here. But I think what we're gonna do is that very bottom one, which I'm pretty sure goes to the idle air control valve. We're going to unbolt this thing now and pull it up, and I think we can kind of roll it over and then pull that hose off of it while we take it out of the car. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right after these 12mm. I think there's 3 of them. I'm gonna start with that one underneath down there with a ratchet wrench so I can get that thing off. It's gonna be the worst. Then we'll knock the 2 off the top, and then there should be like a mounting bracket. Yeah, see, it's over here on the side. So we'll get that loose. Let me get my flashlight. The mounting bracket bolt is right over here on the side, so we'll get that loose. And this whole thing should plop right out of here. All right, here we are. We are down to the last nut here. So we are going to take this one off. It is finger tight. And let's see if our idea works. We want to pull that off and flip this up. Oh yeah, but no idea what that little plastic is there. Owie. I just got the pliers in my beard while I was holding them with one hand trying to close them. Dude. So many little tabs and like bracketry in the way all the time on this thing. So I'll show you once I get this off and removed from the vehicle. Come on, brake, baby. Break it loose. There it went. So that should come right off of there. Yay. And, oh God, I thought we were free. There's one last vacuum line. Ah. You saw nothing, Dave. There we go. Throttle body out and on the bench. Let's flip it over, because this is what we're after right here. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna play with the valve and see if it feels like it's stuck open. But I want to show you it. So the bracket, you're gonna take the 12mm bolt out right here. If you reach your hand in from the back right side here to get to this nut with your wrench, that's the most comfortable for me, but I kept hitting this bracket when I was trying to break it loose. Or this one right here. Not really sure the orientation I had in there, but it hit something, so you gotta get in just the right position to where it can actually rotate. I thought I was super tight at first, and then I realized I was just being a dum-dum. But here we go. All right, so we got 4 Phillips screws here, 2 Phillips screws here. So we'll take this off first, and then we'll pull this whole valve off from there. Well, seeing as this car in particular is 23 years old, they used Phillips screws to put all of this on. They are corroded and crusty, and no matter how hard I tried, and I used my best screwdriver, I had 2 strip. I got to this one with vice grips and managed to actually get it twisted out. This one, this little water spigot doodatter, is preventing me from getting to that with vice grips. So we're about to just destroy this, I guess, and he's getting a new IAC regardless. I was gonna try and clean the valve and see how that did, but that ain't happening on this one. This one is too grody and corroded and just foobar. Well, I ended up deciding to pull the dang drill out and just drill the stupid thing. So, all right, we should be good to wiggle her off of there now, hopefully. Hey. Oh yeah, she is dirty. All right, I should be able to get that stud out now with good bit of vice grips, and then we gotta get all this metal shavings cleaned up and clean up this whole throttle body and this whole IAC valve. I'm gonna need to get new bolts for it and new gasket for this and the throttle body housing, but I'm pretty sure we can just clean this puppy up and she'll go right back to working the way she's supposed to. All right, here we are. I'm cleaning out the IAC, and it moves so easily now, unlike it did before. But I just wanted to show you, the best thing I found to clean this stuff is this super clean foaming degreaser here. You just spray it in there, let the foam do its work for a minute or so, and then wipe it out with a paper towel, or I'll blast out with brake cleaner or something, but it takes out so much grime and gum that's built up in there so quickly. Also cleaned out inside of here. This stuff is like so kicked on there, I can't get that, but everything else down in here is clean. So we're looking really good. We're about getting ready for reassembly now. Also, this is probably a good time to mention that the screws, if yours also got all beat up like mine did, are M5 on a 0.8. And I will put a link up here in the video right now and in the description that will have the super clean cleaner in it. It will have an IAC valve if you want to just order one and replace the entire thing, as well as the gaskets that you need, all from Amazon. Helps us out if you order that. It's also worlds cheaper than going to a parts store, but they also have it available at like a Riley's and AutoZone if you'd rather go there. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clean up this gasket material real quick, and we'll get ready to put this puppy back together and see how she does. All right, you can see I already got my throttle body getting ready to go back in. I almost forgot to swap the throttle body gasket, and this is your reminder right here. Make sure before you put it back in, now that it's all back together, you swap that throttle body gasket and you clean that gasket surface there. I'm just gonna wipe it down with some brake cleaner and maybe hit it with a little bit of red Scotch-Brite to get it nice and shiny clean. We're gonna slap our new gasket in, and then we're gonna button this puppy back up, and you're just gonna do everything we did to take it apart in the reverse order. Don't forget to put that hose on before you stab it, or it'll be a real pain in the rear. But I'm gonna get it put on and let's see if it works. Well, that did not fix our high idle problem, so